I trust Nurofen for children to take care of my child's pain and fever.
Effectively, you can trust.
The management of the Nigerian Television Authority, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, and Voice of Nigeria wishes to invite the general public to the 13th edition of the annual Ramadan lecture, which will inshallah hold on the 10th of Ramadan, 1439 after Hijrah, equivalent to 26th of May 2018 at Lumana Multipurpose Center, River Road, off Jabi Road, East, Barini, Cherry, Kaduna by 9 a.m. The topic is fighting corruption, the Islamic perspective, to be delivered by Dr. Bashir Ali Umar, Bayero University Chief Imam and Furqan Jumat Mosque. Chief host, His Excellency Malam Nasir Ahmad Al-Rufai, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State. Royal Father of the Day, His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Shehu Idris Silva. Any observers, you are welcome. Announcer, Organizing Committee.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the daring and invincible Louis the Mosquito, responsible for 200 malaria cases all on its own. Is there anything that can kill Louis? Presented Ortiz Sorghum. Its powerful formula kills malaria mosquitoes fast, so get Ortiz Power Guard. Do you know that the Nigerian police now operates in the best international practices of policing? Do you know that the Nigerian police has been restructured to be more accountable and responsive to all your security challenges? Now, what the police demand from you is your trust, your collaborative efforts by providing necessary information about criminals and their activities in your neighborhood. Be vigilant. To achieve our creed as we promise, we shall police the country based on international core values of policing with integrity. We shall ensure that rule of law prevails in our actions and activities. We shall respect diversity, display courage, show compassion, and demonstrate professionalism. We shall operate within the principle of democratic policing. We shall shun corruption, and we shall make Nigeria safer and secure under the leadership of IGP Ibrahim Otum Idris. Let the wind of change blow across the country, just away crime for the benefit of our society. Yes, the Nigerian police says this change must come with peace and tranquility. This message was brought to you by the Public Relations Department of the Nigerian Police Force.
Thank you for rejoining us. This is News Extra. The House of Representatives has passed its second reading a bill for an act to amend the provisions of the Electoral Act, which seeks to further improve the electoral process and other related matters. National Assembly correspondent Lani Ali reports that the bill, jointly sponsored by Representatives Aisha Jibril Duku, Ahmed Babakaita and Eukaria Azado, is also intended to facilitate the conduct of free, fair, credible and acceptable elections.
Before the passage of the bill for an act to amend the provisions of the Electoral Act No. 6, 2010, members debated extensively during plenary.
You would recall that the bill was a consolidation of 10 individual bills seeking to amend sections of the Electoral Act 2010.
This bill is too serious. It's existential to the very heart of Nigeria's electoral processes, and it is also fraught with a lot of uncertainty.
My worry is on the diaspora voting. The process of having Nigerians registered and voting is going to be very cumbersome.
There is a lot of lacuna observed in the Electoral Act, and then the main purpose of having the legislature is to enact laws to bring it in tandem with the realities of today.
Chairman House Committee on Rules and Business made clarifications on the bill, which was subsequently passed and referred to the Committee of the Whole.
Even though this is a new bill, this is the bill with the same contents as that which we passed here enthusiastically and forwarded to the President for his assent. The President took objection to some elements within that bill and rejected his assent.
Whatever imperfections are in the bill, there are almost two solid opportunities left for us to cure them. So I don't know why we'll be scared at this point in time. We still have the public hearing, the consideration of the report at the committee of the whole, where all the imperfections that we think the bill contains will be cured.
The House also passed at second reading a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Education, Obotakara, in Akwa Ibom State, sponsored by Representative Emmanuel Akpan. Wednesday's plenary also featured adoption of 11 motions, among which are an urgent call for diplomatic actions to stop recurring killings of Nigerians in South Africa, sponsored by Representative Nkiruka Onyejocha, as well as Representative Zakaria Galadima's sponsored motion, which urged the House to investigate alleged violation of provisions of the Public Procurement Act and financial mismanagements by National Pensions Commission, PENCOM. The House thereafter mandated the Committee on Public Procurement and that of Pensions to investigate the allegations and report back within 6 weeks for further legislative action. Also considered and approved was the report of the recommendations by the Conference Committee on the 2018 Appropriation Bill. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
And as the political space is becoming more engaged with a lot of activities ahead of the 2019 general elections, political parties are indeed busy with re-election activities. In the case of the governing All Progressives Congress, APC, it is a step ahead of others. First, with ward, local government and state congresses. Now, the big one is here, as the National Convention Committee of the APC has fixed 23rd June as the date for the 2018 National Convention in Abuja. To this end, a national subcommittee for the convention has been formally inaugurated. Saliu Abdullahi was there, and he tells us more.
With the activities stepping up here, the party leadership appears to be gearing up for the 2018 APC National Convention.
As the chairman of the National Convention, they remain so inaugurated. Thank you.
There are 240 members of the 12 subcommittees of the APC being inaugurated.
We are providing for a very wonderful, beautiful and all-inclusive, comprehensive convention.
And we have to follow whatever the Constitution says.
The committee will do its utmost best to ensure that whoever comes in will get adequate medical cover.
So most of it has been broken into pieces so that we have smaller people that can work without loading it on maybe a group of 2-3 people.
Chairman of the National Convention Committee and Governor of Jigawa State, Abubakar Badaru, says activities building up to the forthcoming exercise are meant to achieve success for the APC.
Now, as it is today, it is suggested by the committee to have the convention on the 23rd of June. But we will have to discuss this with the National Secretariat to confirm the dates.
He added that sales of forms to aspirants will commence on Monday next week. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
In the meantime, the coalition of northern groups advised to President Muhammadu Buhari not to contest the 2019 elections has been criticized as ineffectual and untenable. A statement by the Buhari Media Organization says the coalition's position does not hold water and runs contrary to reason, as the Nigerian Constitution does not in any way debar him from running for a second term. The statement added that President Buhari did not in any way contribute to the problems in the country, which is now facing he has been in the forefront of fighting corruption and other ills that have retarded the country's growth and development. The statement also says that even on the aspect of age, there is need to remind the coalition that age has never been a hindrance to good leadership, but in the case of the president, it has proved to be an advantage. The need for Nigerian women to actively participate in the electoral process, from voter registration to the point of election, was brought to the fore at the one-day sensitization workshop on enhancing women's participation in registration and collection of voter cards for the West Zone in Kano. Muhammad Rabiu Ali reports that the workshop was organized by the European Center for Electoral Support in collaboration with the political umpire, INEC.
For several years, participation of Nigerian women in electoral process has been a major concern despite good percentage they constitute in population. To participate effectively and provide equal opportunities for leadership at all levels of decision making cannot be realized without educating women on the continuous voter registration and collection of permanent voters' cards.
And we are here to support from the component one, INEC, from 2017 to 2022. And in our program and activity here, we want to support women participation into the electoral process.
It has become imperative for the Commission to work with other stakeholders and come up with strategies to ensure that more women are encouraged to register and collect their PVCs.
The National Commissioner, Amina Zakari, therefore urged participants to come up with strategies that will assist in increasing the participation of women in the electoral process. Some participants pledged to educate and sensitize women on the prerequisite for exercising the right to vote.
No one can be able to vote without PVC, and therefore all other people trying to get feeling reluctant to go out, maybe because of too much sun or anything like that, let them just try. We are going to leverage on that first and make an exercise of show me your voter's card.
The workshop brought together women from civil society organizations, Form 1 and the media. From Kano, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
For a better understanding, implementation and compliance with the Administration of Justice Criminal Act, the Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies has held a workshop for members of the bar Run the Bench. Kunle Adeyeye has that report.
3 years ago, the provisions of Criminal Procedure Act and the Criminal Procedure Code were merged to come up with the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. This is aimed at making the two legislations stronger by introducing innovative provisions that will enhance the efficiency of the justice system. As the judiciary continues to perfect strategies for smooth and quick adjudication of justice, major players from the bar and the bench converged on Abuja for a peer review mechanism on the effectiveness of the Act. The Director General of the Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, Professor Adedeji Adekunle, says much as the Act has been innovative, there should be room for improvement.
We need to constantly update our knowledge, and that is why workshops like this are very important.
The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onogen, wants relevant stakeholders in the Criminal Justice Act to collaborate so that the Act is implemented and complied with.
The purpose of the Act set out in 1.1 is to ensure that the system of administration of criminal justice in Nigeria will move to efficient management of criminal justice, which the ACJA 2015 is still a relatively new law. There are bound to be some challenges in its implementation.
Participants at the workshop have agreed that Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015 is a legislation that has had positive impact on Nigeria's criminal justice system. In Abuja, Kunle Adeyeye, NTA News.
Well, you will all agree with me that Nigeria and the fight against corruption have become practically synonymous since the inception of the Buhari-led administration. Little wonder African leaders made him their anti-corruption champion and asked him to lead them in the fight. But how is the fight going back home in Nigeria? Discussants on Tuesday Live feel more would be achieved if Nigerians, especially at the grassroots, take the fight as the national duty rather than a government affair. Kendi Olalere gives us the aggregate of their opinions.
At the advent of this administration, President Muhammadu Buhari clearly told Nigerians that the fight against corruption would top his agenda for the country. 3 years down the line, the government has recorded milestone achievement in the fight against corruption. Notable are recovery of looted funds, blockage of leakages, misappropriation and embezzlement through the Treasury's single account. Discussing on Tuesday, Life emphasized that states and local governments need to do more, just as value system as community and family unit must be imbibed. They also evaluated the Treasury's single account and the whistleblowing policy, which has yielded result.
We will be deluding ourselves to think that a disease that has eaten deep into the marrow of a nation can only be healed by the government. It must be a people's determination, a people's movement against corruption. Nigeria is in big trouble. So we've got to collectively and recognize that this is in our collective self-interest.
The National Assembly has never stopped whistleblowing in the country. We encourage it. The laws, we're already pursuing all the relevant laws that are before us to get them through.
To reposition the servers.